All right. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Farhaz Karmali. I'm the product director for the platform ecosystem team at Workspace. So today, we're going to go on a whirlwind tour of the Google Workspace platform. We'll cover everything from the current landscape, the exciting world of Gen AI, to see how others are building things and how you can get started too. All right, so let's jump right in. So our mission at Workspace is to meaningfully connect people so they can create, build, and grow together. And with that mission, Workspace has become the world's most popular productivity tool with over 3 billion users and 10 million paying customers. To put that in perspective, that's like 2 FIFA World Cups combined. So it's pretty massive. And these customers range from small businesses to some of the largest corporations in the whole world. And what's even more exciting is developers, SIs, partners, ISV, all of you have built amazing integrations onto our platform that has now powered over 6 billion installs. So what's important is developers love our platform, but it's not just because of the massive reach. But the way we built this platform really matters, especially in the age of Gen AI. So Workspace was born in the cloud, meaning we operate on a zero-trust boundary. So that means you don't have to worry about client-side updates or getting the latest patch. Everything is always up to date and secure out of the box. And because of this, it's way more reliable than you trying to get last-minute concert tickets to Taylor Swift. All right, so with that context, let's dive into what we say when we mean Workspace Platform. The way we think about our platform is at the bottom, you have that secure and trusted layer to protect your customers' data. Then on top, you have a variety of ways to build solutions for your customers, from no-code with AppScript and low-code with AppScript. Then on top, we have our integrations layer. And the way we think about this is with 2 key pillars. The first one is what we call human in the loop. And this is basically a set of capabilities that allow you to augment the Workspace applications with your integrations. So you do this right in context. You don't have to context hop. The second is extensibility via APIs. So you don't have to, if you have your own line of business applications, you can extend them with our APIs. These are all the core capabilities from chat, meet, drive, etc., that you can just use out of the box. And then you package these up and you publish them onto our marketplace so that way your users can get integrations in an easy and discoverable manner. So let's dive into how you can build today. So we have 3 ways to get started. First is for no-code development. We have AppSheet. It's our no-code tool. It lets you build apps by just dragging and dropping. You can even use Gemini today to build an app. It's kind of like riding a cable car in SF. It's a great experience, but way more productive. So the second is AppScript for low-code development. AppScript is our cloud-based JavaScript tool that's super well integrated with Workspace. You can quickly build add-ons, chat apps, and automate all your workflows across Workspace using the built-in libraries that we already have. And on top of that, it already has the environment built in, so you don't need to go set up a separate GCP environment. It's kind of like the Golden Gate Bridge of Workspace. It connects across everything and makes life so much easier. So finally, you have our APIs. You can use these to extend your line of business applications to power many scenarios on top of our world-class infra. So as you go up the stack, a key part of our integrations is that human-in-the-loop layer. So what you should be thinking about is when you're working in sales or marketing or customer service, you often have to jump through several apps to get stuff done. So raise your hand if you go through the same struggle. You're working through like 10 different applications. Yeah, pretty much everyone. So with this human-in-the-loop layer, we wanted to make it super simple to augment Workspace, where you're with your applications right in context to get stuff done. And this becomes even more critical in the world of Gen AI. So let's cover some of these capabilities, starting with smart chips. So smart chips are super exciting because they allow you to natively create and reference data from another system of record using the at menu. The key point here is that this remains your data. So right from Docs, you can create a task in Jira, and then that task is now referenced directly from Jira. So if you make an update in Jira, it'll automatically be there in Docs. So it's a very slick way of making sure you can keep the context right where it should be. Partners like Zoho are building advantage of this today already. Next, we have our add-ons. These allow you to build integrations that augment the Workspace applications with your apps. So we have partners like Folgo that are leveraging the add-on framework to create an add-on in Drive. It allows them to bulk organize content in Drive, update permissions, and much more. Finally, we have chat apps. These allow you to handle async workflows at the speed of chat. So because I like smart chips so much, here's a quick overview of Atlassian and Lucid building smart chip integrations. So Jira, for example, has been an integration that allows you to create Jira issues directly from Google Docs. And this will expand to more over time. And you can see how the form comes up right in context, and you can drop the link into the preview right away. That's really powerful because, again, you don't have to context hop, which is a big part of what we're talking about here. Second is Lucid. They're building both a smart chip ad as well as link unfurling with an app menu creation feature. So users can quickly paste the Lucid URL in a Google Doc, and they can preview the document directly right away. And also, with this, you'll be able to reference chart diagrams as well. Both of these partner integrations will be showing up in the second half of the year. All right, now let's move on to Meet. Meet, they have two ways to integrate. The first is what we call focus mode. And the idea here is this: your app is the focal point of the meeting. So you can see Figma, for example, taking advantage of this capability to serve content directly in center stage. This is best used when your app is the focal point of the discussion, so like brainstorming or an active planning session. The second is what we call Augment. This is where your app is in the sidebar, and you can see our partner, Reed, that's augmenting this with their own add-on today. Now let's move on to chat apps. Now when building for chat, there are so many ways workflows can improve experiences for your users. My favorite is async workflows. Being able to kick off an approval right from chat is super powerful. And there are dozens of examples in chat that you can streamline workflows with. So here's a few to get you started. The first is, imagine a support use case. Right away from chat, you can create a ticket, have everyone automatically involved, and right from the beginning, everyone's in the loop. So you can close those tickets way faster. The second one is something like an approval. Instead of dealing with emails back and forth, you can just like the message or hit approve directly on the card. That makes it so much faster. The third is a more practical example like team culture. Right? So my team will tell you that I send a lot of Giphies, and they're super cheesy, but they work in terms of building culture. And of course, you can collaborate across platforms and with seamless interoperability with our Mio integration. So to make chat apps more engaging, we spend a ton of time creating a UI toolkit to provide app builders with a range of components to build rich applications. To make it super simple, we have this card builder tool that allows you to quickly test card layouts so you can see them in context, see what they're going to look like when they get out to your users. So lots more to come in this space, but you should get started to kind of make it feel exactly the way you want to get it out to your users. Next, we're enabling you to create conversational agents via Dialogflow. So for quick context, Dialogflow is a service that allows developers to build virtual agents. So you can quickly specify the types of conversations you want to handle when the user reaches out. And then now we have that integrated with one click in Google Chat. So you can easily build your conversational agent and just deploy it. Now let's talk about the rich API layer to power your line of business approvals. So we're excited to launch 4 new APIs today. Let's start with chat. Our REST APIs allow you to create chat spaces, manage users and messages, and so much more. But the real magic lies in chat events. This is where you can subscribe to real-time notifications so you can instantly react to user activity. So imagine building a bot that responds to a keyword or automating routine tasks. All this is doable today with the Event API. Now let's talk about Meet. Meet APIs provide similar power. Our REST API gives you the foundation for creating meetings, getting details, and pre-configuring everything. But Meet Events takes it further. You can subscribe and get notified when an important meeting milestone just occurs, or something changes, or when someone shows up in the meeting. These are very important because you can do many workflows in Meet with this context. So we have a lot of APIs, and for a whole list of these, you can go to our API Explorer, where you'll find all the right APIs for all the different use cases you want to go build today. So with that, now that you've built your add-on, how do you get it to your users? So remember that 6 billion number I talked about earlier? Our Google Workspace Marketplace helps make that happen. So you basically publish that app in our central repository, and our users can find and install these applications in a discoverable manner. And once you do that, we'll provide all the additional in-discovery product channels to make sure it's available and we'll have the right integrations for you. And with this, we've been working with several ISV partners to make sure their integrations are available onto our platform from big and small ISVs. And it's been really exciting to see the growth of our ecosystem over time. And now our partners are seeing a ton of success, and I want to highlight one partner in particular, Miro, for example. They have a number of integrations across Meet, Docs, Calendar, and more. And Miro's highlighted how their integrations have improved the user experience drastically. They also highlight how it's easy to have access to add-ons right alongside Workspace. And when they built their add-on, their installation base grew from 1 million to over 5 million users. So it's massive impact to what's possible. Okay, so what about Gen AI? That's why we're all here. And what's the story with our Gemini era and where we're going? So you remember this diagram that I talked about earlier? Now, with Gen AI, we're seeing a massive opportunity to reinvent the way things are done, especially in terms of lines of businesses, so sales, marketing, customer service, IT service management, and much more. And to help users and partners unlock this value, we're adding 3 new capabilities. First, we're infusing Vertex AI directly into Workspace, which means you can use all the power of Gen AI to power all of your workflows natively inside Workspace. The second is we're launching Gemini Extensions. Now, these will allow you to access third-party providers directly from Gemini. Third, we're launching AI-powered workflows. This will allow you to streamline your workflows across your favorite Google applications and your favorite third-party applications. So let's talk about that first one, Vertex AI. There's a lot of content on this. I can probably spend hours talking about it, but I won't. I'll just give you the TLDR. Vertex AI has a massive feature set. It streamlines and simplifies the whole machine learning platform. So it gives you an out-of-the-box unified platform. It gives you a single place where you can create your predictive and generative AI workflows. So you can build things like Agent AI Builder, Model Builder, and much more. And you can use this service independently or like a modular API. So you can just mix and match as you see fit to get your workflows done. And to make it more practical, the 3 things you should take away is first, Vertex has a collection of 130 plus models available in the model garden. These are out-of-box models that let you understand how to do document classification, sentiment analysis, document summaries. They're just available for you to go use out of the box. So it's really powerful to go jump on that model garden. Second, Vertex has the latest Gemini model available as an API. So you can prompt your way to amazing scenarios like summarizing support tickets to find out what you should follow up on and what you missed out on. Third is once you set up what you need from Vertex, you write an add-on using AppScript and call that Vertex function. So now you can drive these amazing human-in-the-loop workflows where AI and humans can work together hand in hand. So let me show you a quick example of how this comes together. So one of the important legal and regulatory steps in a clinical trial is creating an informed consent form, specifically for patients that are getting in a trial. These consent forms are long and detailed documents that summarize the purpose of the trial, provide details on the drug, potential risk interactions, and much more. And these documents need to be simple enough for the average trial participant to understand what they're going through, not just the PhD scientists that have actually built this. And writing these documents require clinical and scientific teams to gather information from a drug study protocol. This is a really technical document that has over 300 pages. So they have to be translated into multiple local languages and make sense of so that people can tackle these challenges. So I'm going to show you a quick example of how this comes together. We've worked with a customer on this, but for now, let's call them Symbol Labs. They're a global pharmaceutical company. They create drugs in many categories, and they lead in things like oncology, cardiovascular disease, neuroscience, and so on. And their mission is to discover and develop medicines. And to help patients overcome these serious diseases, they want these clinical and scientific teams to focus on that mission, not the paperwork that's required to kind of get them there. So the thing they've been focusing on is how do they remove those bottlenecks and allow those highly skilled specialists to go do what they're best at instead of that paperwork they need to go do. So Symbol Labs partnered with Google Cloud and Workspace to speed up that administrative process. And they identified that a lot of those intensive document processes are a huge part of the bottleneck of what it takes to get them there. They started with Google Cloud to develop a pilot solution using generative AI. And the way they did this is they developed a process to dramatically improve the ICF process, which used to take them weeks, and it's now down to minutes. And the solution uses Vertex AI with the powerful generative AI stack, so you can use things like BigQuery, Firestore, and AppScript together, and it literally makes it happen in just a few minutes, which is really, really powerful. So the way it works is the user launches an add-on directly from Drive or Docs. The tool can generate various document types. In this case, the user is creating a new ICF. You can see how it slides out over there. And they click on it, for example, they pick the particular protocol, and they hit Next. And then what happens is, right when they do this, they simply choose the drug protocol. This is those 300-page documents that I talked about earlier. These documents are stored in Google Cloud Firestore, and if the required protocol isn't already available in their library, they can just go and upload one from their own computer. The AI then automatically populates the informed consent form with this template, and it references all the information from their libraries to create the output directly in Drive. And the way this works is now you have this consent form available out of the box. Remember, this used to take a team of people weeks, and now it just takes a few seconds. So it's a dramatic improvement. But where this gets better with the human-in-the-loop layer that we talked about is now a user who's trying to understand this for the patients that it's going to go to, they can highlight information, and they can change the reading comprehension that's required. So now all the patients can see what's happening, and they can make sure it's legible and understandable for all the right users. So really powerful and in-context workflow that we've been talking about. Now, this is just one of the ways, but it can get even better because with Vertex AI, you can translate to multiple documents and multiple languages. So they can use that to now translate as well. So it's just a quick sliver of what's possible with the integrations today. So we're working with a number of customers in various industries that are leveraging these stacks together to power those workflows. And some of the examples are from Airbus and Bristol-Myers Squibb and Nubank, and they're doing things across the board to make this super simple and easy for their customers. Okay, so now let's talk about the capability we recently added, which is the human-in-the-loop layer. This is Gemini Extensions for Workspace. As we announced last fall, we've been partnering with Salesforce as our Gemini launch partner for Workspace Extensions. And together, we've been working with them to turn this vision into a reality. And I'm excited to share some updates today on what that looks like. One of the most common problems we've been facing is CRM activities and collaboration activities are inherently separate. And because they're separate, you can't do forecasting, you can't do pipeline generation. It's always a mess, and they're always behind. So we wanted to improve sales productivity drastically. So what we did was we worked with Gemini together with Salesforce. We wanted to help you boost your sales productivity and let Gemini handle that for you. And the way this works is we want to focus on helping you building strong relationships with your clients throughout the entire sales cycle so we can support you with AI-powered insights across Workspace. So you can close that deal. So to give you a quick look, let's start in Gmail. From this email, Gemini will give you key insights right away with the sales context, and it'll help you understand what you need to know from a sales perspective. Next, it'll let you streamline workflows with just one click. All you have to do is press Keep Salesforce in Sync, and now automatically it'll build a trigger for Cody and auto-log every time Cody gets an email, a chat message, a note, etc. So you don't have to worry about that bookkeeping yourself. That's super powerful because you don't have to go worry about all those logging information. You can focus on the customer interaction. Next, we're going to take it a step further, is we're actually going to infuse Salesforce records as grounded context directly into our Workspace applications. This means now the Salesforce opportunity can be used to create artifacts from docs, sheets, slides, and more. This is really powerful because now when you're creating summaries for your boss or someone else, you don't have to go understand what happened. You just reference the opportunity and magically things will happen for you. We're going to also extend Take Notes for Me, which is the feature we announced recently. And we're going to use that to apply context from different applications like sales, marketing, and so on. And you can use it to export directly into Drive. And in the Salesforce, you can keep it all together in sync. So, as we announced a few weeks ago, maybe it was a month ago this time, at Cloud Next, our second partner for Gemini Extensions, HubSpot. So today, marketers are challenged with keeping up multiple channels, and sales reps are under pressure to keep and grow their pipeline. They shouldn't have to juggle multiple siloed tools also. So with that, we needed integrated solutions to make work super simple and to make them fast so they can execute. The HubSpot extension for Gemini for Workspace can help you streamline those tasks for marketers and help you close those deals faster for salespeople. And we think this integration will be super helpful, especially for sales reps and marketers. All right, now on to my favorite section, AI-powered workflows. Our partner shared a bit about this earlier today, or yesterday, but I'm really excited to dive into this a little bit more. So one of the awesome things about Workspace apps like Gmail, Drive, Docs, Calendar, is how well they work together. In our daily lives, we often deal with information flow across applications, bouncing from one app to another, like adding a calendar entry from an email or creating reminders from a spreadsheet. But what if Gemini could make these journeys totally seamless? Maybe even automate them for you. So let me show you how this kind of comes together. So Rachel is a self-employed photographer. Her inbox is full of appointment bookings, receipts, and client feedback. For freelancers or small business owners, their time is better spent focused on their craft, not on bookkeeping and logistics. So let's go to our inbox real quick to take a look. Rachel has a lot of unread emails, giving people like me that are inbox zero a lot of anxiety. But let's go ahead and click one to get started. So you can see there's a PDF there, which gives you a suggestion on the side panel that says, hey, I can help you organize and track these receipts. So Gemini is offering to do this for me automatically. So once I click on it, it starts working in the background. It sorts through all the chaos, and it says, I can handle this for you with 2 simple steps. So step 1, it says, I'm going to make a dry folder for you with receipts and put this receipt and the 37 others that I found into that folder. Step 2 is I want to extract the relevant information from those receipts into a new spreadsheet. Now, I can, of course, edit and steer this to make sure it's good for me, but the key part is it did this for me automatically. All I have to do is click OK, and it's just done. But that's not all. It gets even better. Gemini now offers you to automate that so you can run this workflow for all future emails. Now, that will keep your dry folder and everything automatically organized and your sheet up to date. Like, that's a big unlock dramatically. What do you guys think? Is that pretty cool? Yeah? All right. All right, so now let's click on the sheet to see how much I've been spending on my DoorDash. So now that we open the sheet, you can see it's a complex spreadsheet. It's pretty complicated for people to handle spreadsheets generally, but Gemini takes all this work out of the picture for you. And what's awesome is now you can see that it's already formatted, has all the right categories. It's already a column here for expenses. And now it gets a little bit more fun because with Gemini, it's contextual. So I can now ask questions like, show me where the money is spent. So once I go ahead and type that in and I hit enter, it goes ahead and runs the query in the background, and now it'll go ahead and say, here's the category breakdown, along with a nice visual that shows me what's possible. You can just imagine how this flexed to many more use cases like shopping or traveling or remodeling or so on. So let's dive deeper into how that workflow is constructed. You can see it has 3 clear steps. The first is there's some AI magic to auto-import all those documents and classify what is a receipt automatically. We do this for you out of the box, and of course you can steer it. Second is to create a dry folder and monitor that folder for all receipts. This is pretty important because not all of the receipts come from Gmail. They can be from different locations, so we want to have a watcher on that particular folder. Third is to extract all the metadata and drop them into sheets so you can keep it up to date automatically. So there's a lot that happened there automatically, and Gemini just did that for you. So it's really exciting, and you can steer this as you see fit so that you can make it yours. Now, what's next? This is just one of the many AI-powered workflows that we're working on, and you'll be able to build and configure these yourself as well. And these workflows will work across your favorite Google apps and across your favorite third-party applications too. So I would stay tuned for more updates in this space, as we think it's going to be a huge productivity unlock for what we can do together. All right. So hopefully you're excited by what you saw today, and maybe your creative juices are flowing a little bit. So to get started and to build, I'd encourage you to join our developer preview program so you can get early access to some of the new features that I shared today. Also, Google Workspace is now part of the Cloud Innovators program. So join the program and select Workspace as an interest area so you can stay up to date with new features and updates that are coming in. And also follow our YouTube channel to watch how-to videos and learn more about what you can do today. All right, now here's a quick link to that developer preview program, so you can go ahead and take a quick picture, and we can give you updates as things come along. All right, that's it. So thank you.